Hello, hello. I hope everyone's having a good day. How you doing, Aqua? Hope you're having a good day. All right. Look at that. Exhausted, went for another run. May start working on revising my draft later. Very nice. It's always satisfying to move on from like draft 0 to draft like 1 or 2. Because then you can really start to like pick it apart and it won't be like bad. Very cool. Oh yeah, because I started on Wukong and then was like, that's dumb. Hello? Okay, I'm not warmed up at all, so this is how this is gonna go. Heyo, Cal, thank you so much for that sub. You're so nice to me. Oh, that always reminds me. Hold on. I need to remember to do this every time I see you do this. There we go. I have mutually resubbed to you in return. Thank you so much for that 26-month sub. Just got home from work. Enjoy 26 months. You're like, eat it. Take it. No, actually, this is wrong. Okay, hold on. I need to, like, figure out where her hips are. Okay, we're good. That's good enough. I hope work was okay. As okay as work can be. I low-key started overworking myself, so I got halfway through the draft and had, like, no more work ethic. Honestly, that is what we call writer's block, or in some cases, writer's burnout. That can definitely happen. I'm going to be probably jumping on and hosting my own, like, Novel November challenge when it comes to November. And, because, like, NaNoWriMo is no longer a thing because their company collapsed because they had a bunch of pedophiles in them. So that was cool. And by cool, I mean fucking horrible. So we're going to do Novel November ourselves, but that can definitely happen. I know when I'm doing that challenge in particular, I know that, like, as soon as I hit, like, over, like, 3,000 words in one day, I start to burn myself. Yeah, no, it's been a several year ongoing issue. Like, I effectively, like, I think it was like a couple years ago that I stopped supporting NaNoWriMo because they had such a bad issue with groomers in their forums, and some of the groomers were on their staff, that I stopped supporting them. But before that point, it was just like a lot of, like, really bad management. And then the reason that they said this year that they had to close down and stop the website and all of that stuff was because of funding, mismanagement of funding. But I really believe that it was probably, I think one of the creators, if I remember correctly, had said something really off color about AI, where they were like, oh, I don't care if you complete your novel using AI because a novel's a novel. And so everyone was like, cool, so you have pedophiles and you write books with AI? And then the whole thing just imploded. Like, it was really bad. Strawberry Peach Punch, that sounds delicious. Oh, Cal, I had an energy drink the other day, and it didn't make me want to die. I don't know if you get the Alani brand energy drinks up there, but that was the one I had, and it didn't kill me. Yeah, I was writing like 2 or 3K to 5K words a day. Yeah, and sometimes that's not a bad thing, But what it can result in, I've found, is that definitely you end up in your draft 0, like, with a potential for some weird plot holes, or you can be moving so fast you kind of lose the spirit. It's what I'm going to call it, the spirit of your novel, and you're so focused on just getting to the end of it that you don't think about, like, oh, I need to actually, like, revisit what the overall truth is behind my novel, why I'm writing the novel in the first place. Also, hi Riddle, how you doing? Hope you're having a good day today. Oh, we do have those. Yeah, they're super good. They're so delicioso. I needed one real bad on my wedding reception day, and I was like, please give me the life to survive, and it was great. Yeah, I definitely have some plot holes between chapter 8 and chapter 9. I made a huge jump, so I might have to add another chapter. Yep, and sometimes that's the way it goes. That's what I love about Draft Zeros too. I feel like people are like, oh god, I gotta make this like perfect the first go around, and it's like, no, you can go back and fix plot holes. Like, it's okay. It's all good. Nobody's gonna be upset with you if you do that. See, I have to try and figure out how I want to... I need to do some impact lines, I think, to make it really clear what he's doing here. Because he's just grabbing her, her wrist. And then what I'll work on is... Yeah, this is fine. Let me go ahead and get in here. Alright, just printed out some of my drawings and now arranging them into their own mood boards. That sounds so great. All of your artwork is very, like, aesthetically in the same zone, so I imagine that looks very visually pleasing. Yeah, true. Yeah, I do remember how your story started, yes. It was a really good entry, too. I unloaded the truck until the end of my shift, and then there's still a pallet left. I cannot. That's insane. Like, what even? That's just rude. Look at this lady. She's like, don't touch me, peasant. I won't hesitate, bitch. Okay, so now let me fix... I can see where my logic was here. Good go past me. Good fucking yard. Alright. Whee! He doesn't deserve to be this cool looking. Hi, Gamby. How are you today? Oops, I accidentally bonked. Agua, thank you for subscribing again. Yo, a 3-month sub. Yo, thank you so much, my friend. Hey, well, welcome to the sub club. Thank you, thank you. You now have access to all of our stupid emotes. Thank you so much for that sub. I really appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Yeah, God, I'm so glad to be home. I can imagine. My body hurts thinking about what you have said to me. Like, I'm doing pretty good, Gamby. I'm doing pretty good. I'm getting ready to go to Greece. We just got our email from our tour director being like, hey, so this is where we're gonna be, and like, this is how you get off the plane and where to meet up with everybody and like, etc., etc., like all of those good things. So It's funny because the last time I traveled internationally with a tour company, they kind of legit just abandoned us. Like, it was just me and my boyfriend at the time, and they were just like, okay, get off the plane and have fun. And we were like, we didn't, we had, like, no direction. I love these emotes. One of them is Tatsu. The Pop Cat one is Tatsu, and then the Bongo is a cat that my mom owns. Her name's Fat Alice. She's like ancient. She bit me in the jugular on stream one time. It was pretty horrifying, actually. I don't know why she's like this, truly. Yeah, she did. She was violent. She broke my microphone. Like, it was a lot. I'm like low-key glad that I don't live with her anymore. Oh, nice. I love myself some Japanese coffee. Vietnamese coffee is my favorite, but it will rocket me straight to hell. And I gotta be very careful. Okay, but like, where is... I need to see what Wukong was wearing. We unload the order differently. No. You have a different protocol? What do you mean? Oh, I have an interview tomorrow, sort of. I don't know if it's like an interview, so we're gonna kind of see how it goes. Technically, they called it like an informational meeting, but it's for, like, I guess, like, travel booking for, like, wedding, I guess, destination weddings and destination honeymoons. So it's not the best job in the world, but they're authorized to work in New Zealand. So that means that when I move, I can still have a job. And I was like, that's dope. So hopefully they'll just let me... I really just hope they just let me do it. That would be fucking sweet. I just want them to pick me. Nice. I've never played Roblox. I know literally nothing about Roblox at all. Definitely respect it, but I am old. I'm like definitely of the age where when Roblox was first introduced, and I saw everybody getting into it, I was like, well, isn't Roblox for like really little kids? Like, I thought that it was like for effectively elementary aged kids and younger. I was super fucking confused. I had no idea. I was like, what the hell is going on? And then, I still don't know what the fuck is going on. So, truck is parked in front of the store. We unload. Oh yeah, you did mention the carts, and then you bring it in through the front door. And then go back out with an empty cart and do that all over again. That's so weird that, like, the cart is mandatory. My brother is addicted to Roblox. I don't get it. Yeah, I'm ancient. I don't know what that shit is. I don't know. Yeah, that's cool though, Aqua. Yeah, because like I feel like it's got so many cool social features that makes sense to me. Like now that I like looked at it for 2 seconds, I'm like, oh, I understand what Roblox is. Like I get it. I can get why a lot of like older people do play, and then you create like groups and you just go and do shit with friends and all of that other stuff. So that's pretty cool. I dig it. It's like a better online chat room. And then you can mod the hell out of it as far as I understand as well. But I think I see people mod it less than I see people mod Minecraft. You can support people that make avatars. I gotcha. I bought one that was like, yeah, maybe $1 worth of Robux. Yeah, that's pretty nice though, that they have like a marketplace like that. That is pretty cool. The carts are needed because we don't do the easy peasy roller, so without the carts, we'd have to bring in by hand. Yeah, that's true, though. And then everybody's backs would be like, bro. Let's see. Actually, hold on. I forgot that his pants are like harem pants. He doesn't have, like... They go this way. These pants are technically called, these ones are not crotchless, but he probably has another pair of pants on underneath that are crotchless. I don't remember what they're called in Chinese, though. Yeah, Kaidangku are the open crotch pants. They mostly make them for babies now, but like historically everybody wore Kaidangku. I know Mochi Hanfu just did a video on Kaidangku. So technically these like cross in the front. And he's got like some kind of other sash going on here. I have a combination of a bunch of different stuff going on, but guaranteed guys wearing Kaidangku underneath instead of underwear. Which is super funny to me. Yep, it is. It is indeed Wukong. Yep, every Wednesday. It's Wukong Wednesday. I try my best. Did I? Yeah, that's right. Good to know Strawberry Peach is a good one. I do like Strawberry Peach as a flavor combo, though. That's pretty good. Y'all, okay, hold on. I gotta talk for a second. This lady in this lyric said shooting star. I actually really like this song. This is doing it for me. But I've been reading Howl's Moving Castle. And it is so far in some cases hilariously similar to the movie adaptation that Hayao Miyazaki did. But some shit has been throwing me for an absolute fucking curveball, and it's insane. Like, first of all, Howl is not even like from that same world. He's from Wales. He's just a regular white dude from Wales. And that somehow is really upsetting to me. Hi, Ava. How you doing? He's just a Welsh dude. Yeah, and then somehow he ended up probably finding an interdimensional portal or some shit, and is, you know, he goes over to wherever he is now in, you know, that world to do magic and do whatever the fuck. But, like, yeah, legitimately, he's just Welsh. He and Wizard Solomon are just Welsh. And that made me laugh. Like, he goes back home and he's wearing, like, a Welsh rugby jacket. I'm like, what the fuck is this book? Yes, that's funny. The movie adaptation is great. I feel like Hayao was very faithful to the book as much as he could be for his style of storytelling. So I think that he did really great with what he had. But holy shit. It was just really funny to me. The book is delightful, though. Diana Wynne Jones is a great author, so if you've never read Howl's Moving Castle or the subsequent other 2 books, you definitely should, because they're fucking fantastic. The Welsh? Yes, just the Welsh. Yeah. It makes sense somehow. I like how eccentric Welsh paganism is. Like, I think about Marty Llewod, and I'm like, you know what? I'm like, don't fuck with the Welsh. They got the fairies. Okay, can I please? Photoshop, come on, bruh. Yeah, you suck. Oh, did you just bug? Great. I love it. I'm doing good, though, Ava. I'm doing good. I'm kind of peeved because my stupid tattoo is having an allergic reaction like 4 weeks after I got the tattoo, which is so annoying. So annoying. But hopefully it'll get better. So that's obnoxious. But other than that, I'm doing good. Jace is doing good. We're getting ready to fly out to Greece on Saturday. And I'm so excited to be out of the fucking United States. We actually also got really good news for United States folks who are trans, that the order that prevents us from getting passports has been temporarily stayed. So that's great. So when Jason and I get back, we can get proper passports, because that's fucking dumb. And that's been a huge issue, like, he and I have been running into, or he and I ran into when we were trying to get our passports for going on the honeymoon. It was really stupid. Really obnoxious. So now we can actually go and get our passports corrected so that we're not going to get harassed by TSA. We won't be able to do it before the Greece trip, unfortunately, but we will be able to do it like when we get back. So that's great. That's some really good news that I'm super fucking excited about, actually. It's huge. Stupid US. How did you come up with your username? Like, or do you mean, wait, do you mean my username? Because if you mean my username, it's legitimately just my name. It's my first name and my middle name. I'm not even joking. Hi, Anari. How are you today? Welcome in. Goodbye outside. Yeah, that's not my pen name. That's my last name. That's my birth last name. It's Polish. It originally was spelled like this over in Poland, and then I found some records of this, but when my family moved to America, they ended up changing it to Dvelis. Yeah, so it's just my name. Yeah, my full legal, like, government name is Tycho Casimir Dorian Dwellis. That's just my name. God, my fucking arm is so itchy. Why? But yeah, I'm doing good, Inari. I hope you're doing well too. Goddamn. Crispy. My arm is so crispy right now. And I'm like trying so hard to not itch it. But it could take like 2 weeks to go away, so I could be in Greece the whole time with it being like that. Yeah, no, totally. There's many, many reasons to use a pen name for sure. For me, I'm not like as concerned about it, and I recognize that my oh, I forgot his fucking headband here. Did I put that on this? Oh, I'm having an allergic reaction to my tattoo. Hee hee. So that's fun. That's been really great. It was like a delayed onset. Effectively, what happened is I went outside. Like it's been like 4 weeks since I got a tattoo, but I went outside. It got really really hot, and now it's very angy. And now that it's angy, it's decided to have an allergic reaction. It's just one of those things that can happen, unfortunately, which is really hella annoying. But so effectively it's swollen and it's itchy and it's very angry, and the only thing that I can do is effectively take allergy meds. But like unfortunately allergy meds didn't really help. So my doctor, I'm trying to get my doctor to prescribe me some kind of like a topical allergy med before we leave for Greece so that I can get rid of it. But sometimes this shit just happens, and it's really weird because the tattoo on the other arm, totally fine. No problem at all. Literally has no idea. I have no clue. It's so angry for no reason. But it's really common. It's a pretty common thing to have happen. Because effectively you're injecting a foreign body into your skin, right? Because the ink is not obviously inside your body, and your body will react to it, treating it like a foreign body. No, not Dorian. That's, yeah, Durian. Yeah, Dorian is a British English name. Yeah, durian's delicious, though. I will fucking eat a durian. Yeah, I've pretty much used my username my whole life, and then my middle name, David. Yeah, on my like gaming stuff, my username is different. It's Vera Shura for other gaming stuff. But when I stream, because my stream predominantly revolves around my professional work, I use my name so that people can find my books easily. Okay, let's go fix this. Actually, I'm gonna be good. Hold on now. I have to do this in the right way. Because this is really stupid. I should not have done this way, but I didn't know. I didn't know! Yeah, I believe that, Inari. I definitely would believe that. Yeah, because eventually, like, and it's tough, because it depends on truly, like, I guess how delicate you are, is how much the tattoo impacts you, if that makes sense. So, unfortunately, in my case, my mom already has sensitivity to the sun, so she has actually, like, a sun allergy, where if she gets too hot, she will break out in hives. It's, like, an actual, like, allergic reaction. I don't have that, but that automatically predisposes me to having issues with the sun and with heat, and so the tattoo just straight up got too hot on that specific side, apparently, and it could have had to do with the way I was walking around the zoo, like the direction and where the sun was. And then, yeah, long story short, that resulted in me having an allergic reaction only on that one side. Also, yes, everybody hydrate. I'm drinking a white tea today. Let's drag this over here. Now I gotta shrink it down. Cursed. Let me do this. There we go. That's fine. Okay, so I can get rid of this. This is fine. Sun allergies. Yeah, stuff sounds fake, but the body can develop the weirdest allergies. Well, and it's like, it's an uncommon one, but it's definitely not that uncommon, surprisingly. Yeah, so if you Google sun allergy rash, it's also called polymorphous light eruption, or solar urticaria, and some people just call it sun poisoning. That's the more common name, I think I've heard of it. But yeah, this is what happens to my mom. Legit, it's not nearly this severe, but I have seen it happen to her, where legit you just get a fucking rash. This is more so what it looks like on my mom, where it's like clearly like you're like, oh, this is not a sunburn, like this is weird, like, and her face gets very, very red, and it gets really itchy, so that sucks. But yeah, so mine's like isolated to just the tattoo ink, and what's very bizarre is it's also isolated to just where the line work was and not really where the shading went down. And I'm like, okay, buddy, that's fine. Also, Ava, if I could request that you not make sexual jokes about me on stream, that would be great. That's a fucking shape. True, though. I've had that happen sometimes when it's really hot out. Yeah, I think, like, a lot of people have it happen, but, like, to a less severe degree, and then, like, unfortunately... Oh, what is happening here? Oh, that's what. I'm a fool. Yeah, a lot of people have it happen and then you don't realize that that's what's happening. So you're like, oh, I just got sunburnt weird. And it's like, actually, your body's freaking out. No, that's just a severe sunburn, Inari. When you have your skin peel off, that's just a severe sunburn. Like, that's, they call that skin sloughing, and that's just, if you get, like, we're talking like you've suffered several degrees of sunburn, which is arguably really, really bad. That means that you've been very severely sunburned. Don't do that. Like, wear sunscreen, please. Cancer is bad. Yeah, for my mom, it can be... She just overheats really, really easy. It's a very weird... Yeah, very weird thing. Definitely super uncomfortable. And then she's typically miserable for, like, several days because it doesn't really go away that fast, and that's kind of where my body is right now. it's like it's not really clearing up whatever this heat reaction is that quickly. It's been about 3 days, so that's really annoying. And it's like nothing worse than just being like mildly irritating, but I'm like, please. I'm like, please. I just want you to go away. When you draw over the 3D model in DAZ, how'd you make it not blurry when you zoom in? So it highly depends on the resolution of your monitor and on the resolution of the document that you're working in. Because when you're talking about blurriness when you zoom in, so for example, you have this, it's always going to be slightly blurry. You can kind of see how it's pixelated. But I'm using a 27-inch monitor, so that helps increase my pixel resolution naturally. So when I do screen captures using Microsoft Word, or not Microsoft Word, using Windows, it captures it at a higher resolution. But also what's important, the most important thing is making sure your document is the right size. My document, for example, is 4100 by about 6100 pixels. So in terms of inches, that's 13 by 20. That is a standard relative tabloid size for comics. So making sure you have a high resolution document will prevent any kind of weird blurriness from happening. But ultimately, it's going to be blurry because unless you're doing a render out of DAZ, if you're rendering out of DAZ, that's a different thing. Because you can control your render output settings. I do not do that for my drawing process because it takes way too fucking long and uses about 1 million GPU in order to do that. I'm just using this, literally copy paste using the screenshot tool. But make sure your document is the right size is definitely my my advice there. I've gotten all from the least to worst degree of sunburn. Honestly, I'm so white, I can't avoid it. Oh, yeah. Oh, Inari, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, no. Thankfully, my mom is not that rare. Yeah, it's mostly just it creates it's almost like you've rubbed up against poison ivy is what happens to her. It's very weird. The letters in my arms are still slightly visible. No. True though, greasy hand smudging graphite is real. That's why some people use gloves, or they'll use chamois in between their hands and the paper. I knew a professor who had a chamois on him at all times for that exact reason. Okay, let's see. I don't know why Glaze decided that it was going to open up right now, but that's what it decided. Me. Oh, this is too large. There we go. That's why I don't work in charcoal at all, actually, because fuck charcoal. I high-key hate charcoal because it's so messy. Having I Heart Men and I Heart Jordan on my arm is a good conversation starter. My mom, when she was a kid, they used to go out to do sun tanning and stuff, and my mom would effectively take little paper cutouts of stars or hearts or shit and lay down when they would go to do sunbathing and leave it on her skin so that way when you went back inside and got effectively sunburned, because my mom could not suntan, she'd go back inside and her the little star or the little heart would be in her skin, which was really cute. Not that cute when you think about like, ow, sunburn, but like, yeah, they would legit, this was like the 70s, so they legit would like slather themselves in baby oil and then go out there and fry like fucking fried chicken. I'm not even joking. I feel super bad too because my mom is Latina, so it's like you'd think that she would not burn. And my aunt would get beautifully like tan. She tans really really well. Not my mom. My mom becomes crispy. Literally cooked themselves. Yeah, and sometimes it was with Crisco. I'm not even joking. That's real. Oh yeah, you can like yeah, and I'm definitely not saying self-diagnosing Ari for sure, but like you can always take the RADSTAR test. That's what the test that they use, one of the tests that they use to diagnose autism, to see if you at least like ping on the scale. Does that make sense? So like for me, I do flag. So there's a chance like I just tell people that I have ADHD because I definitely have ADHD. That's kind of like one of those things where it's like you have to do the preliminary self-assessment and then go and see somebody else so that they can like do any further testing that they need to double check. But because it's such a broad spectrum, you're totally right though. Some people can have very mild symptoms and you just don't know your whole life. That's what it's like for me and my sister. I get burnt and my sister rotisserie cooked. Yeah, and you're like, what even? Like how what do you mean? True though. My sister and I both get burnt. Both of us are literally like unable to. Let me see. So hold on. Let's see if she pulled back this way and her hair was. Let me see. Her hair was like this. I'm pretty sure this actually still goes like it goes like this. Like that. Yeah, we're gonna do there's some hair detail here. And then, I'm trying to figure out if any of this would be coming over her shoulder, and the answer is I don't think so. This is a very weird angle. I typically don't do anything from this particular angle. And actually, I'm going to pull this back over here this way. There we go, better. Hey, Jace. Yeah? Before you go, can you give me the cold compress again? Okay. Thank you. I gotta like brush my teeth and stuff too. They added Springtrap into DBD today. I wish I knew anything about what you were talking about, but I have no clue. I'm assuming Dead by Daylight. I actually never played, I've never played Dead by Daylight. Yep. I am but a weenie. The only thing I know is Overwatch and silly little Legend of Zelda games. That's all I know. This is a little bit heavy here. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can be a toxic hellhole. Yeah, I get too stressed out by any form of toxicity. It's taken literally every ounce of my being to like not be triggered by toxic people in Overwatch. So if the community is any more toxic than that, I can't handle it. Also, everybody sit up straight. Don't be shrimping. We don't need to shrimp in here. Oh, it's time to feed the Snorlax. Actually, I'm going to take a break and feed the Snorlax. I'm going to use this cold compress on my arm to make it not itchy and then just kind of have to deal, I guess. I'm like, am I about to bring this ice pack with me to fucking Greece? Probably. Ooh. Hi, Badrick. Yay, you're free. How did your exams go? I hope that they went really, really well. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting that I can't really do, like, middle of the day cooking sessions with Snorlax with this team because they don't produce enough stuff. I was really nervous for this one. True, though. I'm nervous for all exams. Hope your arm gets better soon. Me too. Thanks, Inari. It was good seeing you today. Thanks for stopping in. Gotcha. I see. I think it went well. I hope it did. I hope you did really, really well. I'm sure you did great. Oh, I'm having an allergic reaction to my tattoo, like 4 weeks after I got the tattoo, which is really lame. So it's just very itchy. It's mostly just super annoying. So, yeah. Woo. It'll get better soon. I'm hoping to call the doctor later on today and be like, hey, can you, Purdy, please prescribe me, like a topical steroid or something to, like, calm it down, because hydrocortisone cream helps a little bit, and cool compresses also help. But like, I'm so lazy. And I would really like to just have that going. But I need to see if I can even get it prescribed before I fly out for Greece, because there's a chance that I can't. And then I just gotta do hydrocortisone cream and cry. Yeah, and hydrocortisone cream works super, super good. Actually, I'm gonna do like this instead. There we go, better. No, I actually don't like this though, here. There we go, better. Yay, Patrick, that's great to hear. I'm so glad. Yeah, that's so awesome. I'm glad it looks good, because it would have been so tragic if it was, like, really lame looking. I would have been like, why? Peach lychee juice, tasty, mostly peach. I'm assuming it's because peaches are cheap and lychees are, I don't know, expensive. See, and I'll worry about the actual motion lines here in a little bit, the action lines. Yeah, thankfully I can just kind of like lay this cool compress on my arm while I work, and it just gets rid of all the itchies. My problem is I think I got hot in the night last night, and then effectively what happened is that I scratched the snot out of it in my sleep, and I didn't even recognize, and then I woke up and I was like, no, and then it just was really itchy. Nice. That sounds fun, though. I'm sure you look fantastic. I actually don't like this hand. I'm just gonna Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, actually, this is not how this goes. There we go, better. She's like, don't touch my cape. He's like, I hate you. Bye, Chase. I love you.
I love you too.
I'll let you know if I get a hold of. Oh my god, I turned off this alarm. I'll let you know if I get a hold of Dr. Foo's office and if he fills that prescription, because then you can just run over to the pharmacy and grab it.
It'll be closed by the time I'm done with work today. So it would have to be tomorrow or Friday.
Or Friday. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Which Friday we have to go back to the medical campus anyways for my doctor's appointment. So
Yes, but also this thing itches like a bitch,
Yeah,
and the
that's
sooner
true.
that I can get it on my body, the
Yeah.
better. So.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, I'll see you later.
Yay. Bye.
Oh, also don't forget to make dinner before I come home, so that way we can eat right away.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Mhm.
Okay. Bye.
All right, love you.
Love you too. Guessing that y'all have heard about the Iranian and Israeli war going on. Yes, unfortunately. Although I will say that for the sake of probably like avoiding, like I wish that I could like talk more about it on stream, but Twitch has updated their policies, so that way people who are not if you don't have your stream labeled as a political stream, they can actually like ban you or suspend you for talking about like quote overtly political topics in non-politics streams, which is really shitty. So unfortunately we can't talk about it. Yeah, they implemented that policy several months ago, and it ended up pissing off a lot of YouTubers. I know Hassan Piker ended up getting suspended temporarily for that, even though like he is very clearly a political stream and has been a political like politics and news Twitch stream for forever. But also, bye, Badrick. See you later. I hope you have a good day. Or a good night for you, truly. But yeah, shit's a clusterfuck. I'm so excited to not be in the United States right now. I'm fucking sick of this country. But I'm pretty like staunchly like I don't know what to say truly. Let me get this in the right place so that way my glutes are lined up. Yeah, no, for real, Aqua. I've been thinking about that shit and feeling that way since I have been alive. Like, for context, for the 30 years that I have been alive, the U.S. has been at war. Like, there has not been a single memory that I have ever had where the U.S. has not been in some sort of fucking conflict. And it's so obnoxious. So I'm tired. I'm tired as fuck. Yeah, the amount of insane shit going on right now is really insane. And I almost do wonder if that's part of the reason why that, like, my arm is reacting in the way that it is. Because I've definitely, like, my mom also gets, like, what I would call, like, anxiety rashes as well, or anxiety hives. And that can happen when you get super stressed out, that your body effectively engages in an immune response and it doesn't really know what it's attacking. So it starts attacking yourself, which is really lame and annoying. And so you can get hives and rashes just like you would if you like touched like poison ivy or something. So that can be like really obnoxious. And so my mom she'll have red spots or hives on her body when she gets like really, really stressed out. And I have indeed had that happen to me. And I remember like several years ago, my whole like left arm just randomly swelled up randomly around the forearm. So around the same space that this tattoo actually is. So I'm almost wondering if I'm so stressed out that it is having like a reaction It's like, it's just really, really bad. But could not tell you. And then unfortunately, there's like no way to really stop those kinds of things when they happen, because it's like I can't change what's really happening in the world around me. Which sucks, because if I could just tell everybody to chill the fuck out for like 5 minutes, that would be great. That would be so awesome. Love that. I'm just so tired of everybody's weird nonsense. Okay, I was like, what the hell is happening? Wait, there's... Oh, right there. Yeah, so with any luck, it'll just go away. I do think that it's weird that it's only one of my tattoos and not the other one. Because I recognize my doctor was like, yeah, you know, it can take up to 3 months for a tattoo to heal. And I'm like, well, yeah, if that's the case, then the other one should also be freaking out. This makes no sense. So, in theory, yes, but the other one also got touch-ups on it as well. So, there are areas of the other one that are just as fresh as this one. So, you'd think that that was the case, but that's not necessarily true. Because I got both of those worked on at the same time. So now I have to email my other tattoo artist and be like, hey, just to let you know. I had a allergic reaction. Yeah, see, don't make no sense. It doesn't make no sense. I don't know. I don't claim to understand anything that's happening to me right now. All I know is I'm super stressed out and I wish that wasn't the case. And I really would love this. Like, I've been looking forward to this Greece trip for, like, months. A half a year. And I would really love it if I didn't have, like, a super itchy-ass arm while I was trying to go and enjoy, like, the only free time that I'm going to be able to, like, de-stress from this fucking place. So that would be really cool. If my arm could just figure its shit out, that would be so awesome. So amazing. Yeah, interesting is definitely one way to put it. It's been... I don't know. I am, like, actively being traumatized. Like, to be real. Like, it's, Like, me and Jace literally were talking about how if, like, he and I had not been going to effectively intensive trauma therapy over a lot of these issues that are going on right now, we probably would be in the hospital. Like, it's bad. I don't know what's going on this panel. Okay, he's silent on this one. So I can just have him just be pouty and upset that he's being talked back to. He doesn't like that shit. Yeah, true. I also think that that may be contributing to my arm freaking out as well, because if it got really, really hot, like, and then has been very cold, that is very weird. Which, boo, that's all I gotta say. Sometimes these rainy Junes do happen, but they're very rare. Oh, whoops. The weather is never as indecisive as it is in Stockholm. I can't even describe how going over there was a lot of, like, 1 minute, like, literally every 15 minutes, it was like, it's cloudy, it's sunny, it's raining, it's sunny, it's cloudy, it's raining, it's sunny, it's kind of windy, it's sunny. Like, literally every 15 to 45 minutes. No, my Gooby Pack fell on the floor. Come back here, Ice Pack. I'm so tired. I slept for 10 hours last night, and it did not help me. Alright, Arm. Chill out. December. Yeah, definitely has something to do with being by the ocean for whatever reason. I woke up at like 2 a.m. and I didn't fall asleep until like 3 a.m. We suffered together. Yeah, no, for real. I was so itchy at 4 a.m. And then I was like, I had to get up and I had to like put the no itchy itch on my arm. And then I had to like try and I had to like, well, then Tots was punching shit. Then I had to ask Jace to get me the cold compress because my arm was super itchy. I was like, please, for the love of all things good, help me. And then I went back to sleep at like 5. And it was awful. Yeah, he was like, oh, you're itchy and upset. That must mean love me. And I'm like, no, what the fuck? I'm so itchy and so sad. Like, that is not what is happening here. Bless him. Bless his stupid little head. Lost myself wrapped inside the devil's den. Hell, pray. Alright, so now let me just get rid of all this shit. Goodbye. Actually, I'm just going to redo all of this, truly. Boy, howdy. He is just a little old man. He doesn't know. Hydrate. Drink your stuff. Don't be a silly Billy. Let's see here. I finished my coffee. Oh, so sad. Yep, that's tragic. Coffee sounds really good right now, though. All right, let me see now. Okay, there's this stupid shit. Hello? Kofifi. It is, truly. I still will, drink hot coffee in the summer. I'm a little bit of an animal. Oh, my eyes are itchy. Yeah, I'd be willing to bet there's a combination of reasons that my arm is upset. I almost wonder if as soon as I get on the plane, one, stress is going to go down, and then two, I won't be around as many airborne allergens, so that'll help. Or rather, at least ones that my body recognizes as allergens. Because when you move to a different place, your body kind of resets, apparently, from what I understand. I'm so tired. I'm so sorry. I had to take a second to just like stare at this and reset. Okay. I don't like this tangent. Boo. Oh, and also I realized too, I forgot how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6. There we go. Better. Need to like clean this up. That's better. Oh. I just wish that there was a way to get rid of whatever the hell is going on my arm faster. I keep looking to see if my doctor contacted me back, and he's like busy. I'm like, doctor, no. Doctor, please. I'm so itchy. Boop. Yeah, no, y'all, I don't even know how anybody else is, like, fucking coping. As an adult, I am not. How do we make this less poopy butthole? Like, how do we... like, I have actual genuine questions. I don't like writing fiction about things that are problematic and then having them come true in real life. Move to the not US. True. We're working on it, okay? We're working on it. God. Jace just needs to get his acceptance letter. It hasn't happened yet, but he will. I won't let it be any other way. Oh, nice. That's dope. That'll hopefully get you some extra cash, too. Yeah, because if you can start saving up now, that's a great plan. And you know that they always need guys down there, so it's like, you have a pretty much a guaranteed job. Oops, that's not what I wanted. That's so, well, I guess I was going to say that's so wild, but it also makes sense because I feel like people underestimate like how many people actually live on base, I think, but then they don't have enough people to actually work the commissary is a huge problem. Which is unfortunate. Okay, so then effectively, it's almost the exact same pose as this one. We're gonna make it real big. But I'm gonna maybe move her hair. Well, actually, is this like the same pose? It's not, actually. Just kidding. Joke's on me. Very similar, but not the same. Oh yeah, get a later shift and then walk or ride a bike. That's a good idea. True, biking get the biggest quads and the best glutes of all time. That's, yeah, true. People underestimate the power of a bicycle. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, this is probably pretty much from the side. Feel like I'm the opposite of a leg day skipper. Nah, as long as the ride's easy, you should be good. So effectively, as long as you're not doing the Manitou incline, you're fine. Eyes from the side are literally the devil. I'm not even joking. Oh, this is Spangle. I love Spangle, but this is like a very weak vocalist. Nice try. I think, I'm not even joking, I think you legitimately just go through the main gate like you would a vehicle, and then they check you in. Because as long as you're going through the checkpoint, you're pretty much good. What even is this? I hate drawing faces from this angle. This is literally my nightmare. Yeah, because I would double check on that one because it's been a minute since I've been on base, but like I'm pretty sure that bikes count as vehicles, so you just have to like double check and ask the next time that you're there, because they just want to make sure that like they know who's on base, obviously. Yikes. Okay, hold on. Just give me a second. Boy. Can you tell my brain is short-circuiting? Oh, yeah. Help. I'm like asking my brain for any last semblance of skill that it has left. Okay, that's less bad. Make sure that this is in the right space too. There we go. It's really cool that you would live that close to your job, though. That makes things so convenient, and then also you save a buttload on gas. Because gas is so hella expensive now. Ugh. Sorry, y'all. I wish I was doing better today. I don't know why I'm like so hella tired. Woo! See, you can see my brain is really fucking struggling. I'm mad too because I took like a Zyrtec and I was really hoping that that was just going to clear up this issue, and then it didn't. I'm like, please. I'm like overnight oats somebody forgot about. I think they have to be the best executed overnight oats in the whole fucking world. Truly. Because oftentimes I find them violently under-seasoned, and then for whatever reason, they also put in the, like, nuts and stuff that they want to soak in the overnights as oats as well, all in the same oats. And then it's like, the nuts get mushy too. And you're like, why would you... What? Yo, like, why? You had one job to not make them mushy. So that's weird. But I prefer my oats hot, I think. Yeah, I think it depends on the kinds of oats that they use, because sometimes they're fine to me, and then other times I'm like, this is awful. Yeah, legit, quick oats, you're right though, Aqua. No, you're so right though. Quick oats take, no joke, like 5 minutes. So it's like, why are you making me suffer? I don't understand. Like what even? Eh. Yeah, true. Y'all, I'm so tired. She's like, don't touch me. I will end your life. What if I just didn't, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. Being stressed out is not fun or easy. I wish being an adult was easier. Truly, if you are worried about being that strapped for time, yeah, you gotta have a plan. It's like, at some point, it's your own fault. Yeah, true. I also do like just oatmeal. I recognize that this is definitely the white boy food combo here, but I am a fan. I'm like, give me literally just oatmeal with brown sugar, butter, and milk. That's it. Nothing else. Maybe raisins. But otherwise, nothing else. I don't want nothing else in there. Oh yeah, butter. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. It's the United States. Of course we put butter in all of our shit. Particularly salted butter, though, specifically, actually. I don't do unsalted butter in this house. Shit's gross. Oh yeah, slapping it on a roll. Nice, because then, yeah, you have like a breakfast sandwich. Just like bang, bang, boom. But to be honest, though, the butter adds necessary fat and helps make the, at least for me, it makes the meal last longer because I need the extra calories really, really bad. Otherwise, my oats end up being like literally like 250 calories and I starve to death by the time that it's like time for lunch. So in order for it to have any level of sustenance for me, I have to have, like, yeah, butter for sure. Cream of wheat, too. Actually, I prefer cream of wheat to oatmeal any day. I would much rather have cream of wheat. Well, I just mostly just need the calories. Yeah, otherwise my body just burns them. Real bad. Yeah, like if you, yeah, totally, Aqua. If you burn any kind of calories, because for me, I literally burn calories sitting still, which is awful. So I need to be able to effectively, like, just like guzzle calories or add on extra calories in any way possible. And butter tends to be that answer for me. I'm like, time to just upload all the butter into my body. Yeah, I love cream of wheat. Huge fan. Hello? Yeah, well, because you think about how many calories you burn. You know, you're burning that many calories in exercise, so then you have to like replenish that with that many calories in your diet, because otherwise you either one lose weight or you can't gain muscle, which is option two, are both bad for different reasons, unless your goal is to lose weight, of course. But also, feeling ultra fucking hungry all the time is really not fun. Yep, it's true. That's called a body recomp. Yeah, I mean lose muscle. When I say lose weight, I mean lose muscle, not just lose fat. Right, because you do not like if you're looking to like maintain any sort of athleticism, obviously you don't want to lose muscle at all. Because then that's bad. Oh, yeah, no, injuries will do it. Yeah, that'll do it. Oh my god, I hate Photoshop when it does this. I have to go into Edit, Keyboard Shortcuts, flip canvas horizontal. Yes, you dummy. So annoying. Oh, that's probably not for the best. Flip. Hydrate. I'm almost done with my cup of tea. I'm wondering if this Zyrtec actually made me hella dizzy. I'm on like seizure medication as well, so sometimes taking other stuff that has like contraindications can exacerbate your medication's like side effects. So that might have been what happened here, but I don't know. I could also be just TM stressed out with sparkles. Dr. Pepper's fucking good. If you're worried about it, let me see if they have one. If you're worried about it, because truly the bad thing, well, but I don't want, oh yeah, they do. They have a zero sugar version. If you're super worried about it, the real mostly bad thing about the Dr. Pepper is the sugar. So if you're super worried about it, you could always switch over to the Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. Most of those use sucralose instead, and unless you're drinking like an obscene amount of Dr. Pepper, the sucralose in the Dr. Pepper won't really like fuck with you that bad. So that would be my recommendation. And also too, it actually doesn't taste that bad. Like I can taste the difference between zero sugar Mountain Dew and like regular Mountain Dew, but well, I don't know. Sucralose is still better than sugar. I would recommend doing some research on sucralose versus sugar, like high fructose corn syrup specifically, because that's what's in standard Dr. Pepper. Because again, that's really what the issue is like how your body processes sugar, and see if it would make a difference, because I think you might be surprised. It could really help you with like long-term like mental health stuff. Now, granted, I will say though, if you do drink a lot of sugar, what I would be prepared for is not necessarily like the product tasting bad, but you probably will go through sugar withdrawal, because sugar in a lot of cases is more addictive than cocaine. So your body can react like really, 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 really negatively to that shit. I think about that one time that I did that fucking sugar cleanse and it was insane and I wanted to light myself on fire. It was awful. Why can't I not draw? Holy shit. That's better. Yeah, and if you can imagine well, and see, and one can is not bad, because I think the FDA recommends, it's like something like 24 grams of sugar. So it's not too high. Like, that's not like the craziest ever. But if you're drinking it every day and you're drinking multiple cans a day, that's where it starts to become kind of insane. But yeah, it can help with like, if you switch over from like high fructose corn syrup to like sucralose, it can help with brain fog or overall fatigue. But again, that's just because sugar, like, it really does some shit to your brain. If you have like that much of it, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, so then in my case, like, again, I'm not a registered dietitian or anything, but I would probably recommend switching over to the zero sugar just because it would make a difference. But again, also watch out for that sugar crash and maybe wean yourself off of the standard stuff first. Like, replace one can out of the 3 a day with the zero sugar so that you're not literally cutting cold turkey. I had to like spend some time weaning myself off of sugar. Like, it took, I think, over the course of like 8 weeks to get to effectively zero sugar. Zero sugar, even fruit sugar. There was no fruit sugar at all in my diet for like 2 weeks to try and get my body to reset, and it was really cool. It was a very interesting experience and experiment. I do believe it helped with a lot of crazy shit. Yeah, because then you could like effectively, have your own case and just like try it out, see if you like it and stuff. For sure. And you're young too, so like it's not like you're gonna die. You know what I mean? Like, you're totally fine. I think where it starts to get bad is like, I think about my family from Louisiana who was drinking like, 3 cans of Pepsi every single day, and then that's where like the diabetes starts to hit really, really hard. Because your body starts to forget over time like how to regulate its own insulin. And that's where the real danger is in like losing access to those functions, because your body goes, man, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know how to handle this shit. Diabetes. Yeah, I'm like, where's that one diabetes commercial? Yeah, I don't think that they taste that different either, Aqua. I think the Diet Dr. Peppers taste like shit. I don't know what it is with the fucking Diet Dr. Pepper. They taste so bad. But the zero sugar ones are like significantly better. Diet Dr. Pepper is fucking cursed. I don't know. They're so gross. Diet Mountain Dew is the same way, because I'm definitely a Mountain Dew fiend. I'm like, oh my god, no, Diet Mountain Dew is so nasty. So fucking gross. You could also try, I personally don't like this much. Let's see. I personally don't like this flavor so much. It's called Dr. Goodwin. There is this company as well, and they produce low sugar, so it still uses sugar, But it's low sugar alternatives to popular sodas. So this one is their soda. It's called Dr. Goodwin. It's by Olipop is the brand. I don't think it personally tastes like Dr. Pepper. First, like comparison in taste, and their Mountain Dew sure as fuck doesn't taste like Mountain Dew. I think like this is definitely a last resort for people with like you cannot have sugar. Period. Like it would be really bad if you did have sugar. I personally wouldn't drink it. I would pick the zero sugar Dr. Pepper over the Dr. Goodwin. But there are other sodas like cream sodas and shit, super fucking good. So tasty. I do agree though. Diet Dr. Pepper is better than Diet Mountain Dew though. True, true, true. Well, so it's interesting. So sucralose is a naturally produced this is the difference. Diet sodas use aspartame is the chemical that's used. Aspartame is a low calorie artificial sweetener which is 200 times sweeter than sugar. It is really fucking sweet. And it's also a carcinogenic, so it causes cancer. So that's not great. It's a non-saccharide sweetener. So chemically, we can manufacture, we can create aspartame by making, like, artificially synthesizing whatever this chemical formula is here, which is crazy. Versus sucralose, this is where this shit gets really interesting, is also a zero-calorie artificial sweetener. It's known by its brand name Splenda, but it's created by replacing hydroxyl groups on a sucrose molecule with chlorine, and this creates a 600 times sweeter than sugar thing with no calories. So that's kind of cool. But let me see if that one's the one that's in. Let's see, Mountain Zero Sugar. Let's see, ingredients. Is it sucralose? I don't believe that it has aspartame in it. Oh, I guess their Mountain Dew Zero Sugar is aspartame. So it kind of depends. Yeah, you have to really like look at your ingredients and figure out which brands use which ones. But those are effectively the two most popular ones. So you'd effectively have to make the decision, try and figure out, because like both of them are going to kill you for different reasons. Like, it depends on, the question is it, let's see, and what is the Diet Dr. Pepper? I'm just curious. Now this is from like a food science standpoint. I just want to know. But it's also aspartame. Interesting. I swear to God, I thought that they changed out their ingredients. I'll have to do more research. But yeah, each of them have their own, like, I guess, like, pros and cons. And figuring out which one works best for you is, like, the only thing that you can fucking do. Because I feel like literally, like, everything is trying to kill us, truly. So it's like, if you're not dying now, you're probably fine. Your body may build up an intolerance to shit later. But, like, other than that, like, because I know as, like, an adult, I can no longer drink energy drinks just in general, other than very specific brands because of the amount of sugar that's in them. Like, it will physically fuck me up. It's like having a hangover. It's, like, really, really bad. But it really depends on who you are, like, what your body type is, how your metabolism works, like, all of that shit. Ah, I like Pibb Extra. Oh, yeah, though. It's actually... Yeah, Mr. Pibb's actually pretty good. My favorite drink at Chipotle, though, is that Mandarin Cardamom Tractor Tea shit. If I guess, like, juice. Holy shit, I love that stuff. God, man, I love that damn orange juice. I literally go for that every time. I'm a huge fan of cardamom, though. I have a problem. Yeah, true. This is, I think, a pretty good summary of the argument here. I like this. Neither aspartame nor high fructose corn syrup is inherently better or worse than the other. Both are sweeteners with potential health implications when consumed in excess. Aspartame is low calorie, while high fructose corn syrup is a caloric sweetener derived from corn. Aspartame, the pros is it's low in calories and it's suitable for people with diabetes, but the cons is that it may be a carcinogenic. And it can be dangerous for individuals with PKU. I'm not really sure what that is, though. Versus high fructose corn syrup, it's like yay calories, but also fatty liver disease, hypertension, uric acid issues, also potential diabetes. Yep. So it's like, you know, you have to like figure out like which one you want to fucking effectively like put into your body truly. True though, and if you can actually, this article says if you can find stuff that has just fructose in it, that would be dope. Because fructose is not high fructose corn syrup. That's like the non-edited version. That truly is the better version. Because like regular corn syrup, like my grandma used to use that shit to cook. Like it's just you just cook corn until it becomes sugar syrup, and it's like kind of gross. But honestly, it's sweet as hell, so it works really good for like sweetening cakes and stuff. Also, hi Ryman, how are you? I love talking chemistry about this kind of shit, though. I find it really interesting. I feel like there are a lot of people out there who are really shitty about, like, I don't know, what people eat and, like, how we eat it. But it's like, in reality, if you really look at all the options that we have, it's like we don't really have that much of a choice. Oh no, I hope you're okay. Hopefully, hospital wasn't bad hospital, just, like, average hospital. Not anything crazy, just like rut-row. I love Dr. Pepper, though. I can understand your thirst for the pep. It's so lovely. Definitely like it better than Pepsi or Coke. It's got a more complex flavor profile because of, like, the cherry notes and stuff. It's effectively, yep, I agree with that, Cal. It's the barbecue of sodas, truly. Oh, weird. Where I randomly cough up blood. I wonder if it's like a sinus issue. Hopefully it's just something mild, like, yeah, your sinuses are just inflamed or something. Or maybe you have like a dairy allergy or something like that. Who knows? Hopefully it's nothing super severe and it's just, yeah, something like a dairy allergy or like, yeah, sinus inflammation. I'll keep my fingers crossed. If a place doesn't have Dr. Pepper, I just get coffee or water. True, though. I'm always a hot tea person, but only at, like, Asian restaurants. If I can get a hot green tea, I'm, like, there for it. Oh, yeah, that's valid, Ryman. Yeah, I like, if I had to pick between Pepsi and Coke, I'm picking Pepsi. I'm the designated drink guy. You are the one who brings the pep. Without you, the pep would be lost. I do appreciate that Dr. Pepper used to be a medicinal drink along with like Coca-Cola. This is a controversial hot take here, but I almost wonder if we would be better if Coca-Cola still had cocaine in it. Just saying. Would we be better off as a society? I don't know. Not playing some Fortnite, I'm assuming. That sounds fun. I used to be a cola dude, but now I like orange soda or pineapple. Those are very nice. I will go crazy over like a Jarritos like Mandarin though. Whoo boy. Or the Jarritos Piña, those are good too. True. True. I don't think I'd be drinking Dr. Pepper if Coke had Coke. Yeah, in the early days of Coca-Cola, it used to have technically not cocaine, but it had coca leaves in it, and it was used as a medicine. But effectively, it was just a stimulant. It was about the same amount of like kick you'd get from like smoking a couple cigarettes. It was not really like that crazy. And then everybody was like, we should probably not be giving people just random amounts of like cocaine, and everyone was like, yeah, you're right. And that's my abbreviated history of why we don't have cocaine in Coke anymore. Yeah, I love the Jarritos Mandarin. That one's my favorite one. So good. So good. I should be working on Centaur Lady, but I don't wanna. Sometimes it's good to take a break from your art. Although your Centaur Lady is looking hella good, though. Maybe the children shouldn't be consuming the cocaine. It was actually worse than that. It was actually like racism, because that's, you know, how everything happens in the United States is because of racism. But yeah, it was because of racism that we don't have cocaine in the Coca-Cola anymore. They effectively tried to make the argument that black folks were getting, quote, high off of cocaine and then were becoming violent because they were drinking Coca-Cola. Which was, to be very clear, not happening at all. Like, that is 100% a complete fucking falsehood. Effectively, racists just didn't like that black folks liked Coca-Cola. That was, yep. That was it. Oh yeah, sure, let me check out your update. Thanks for letting me know. Let me check it out. Yeah, she's looking good. Seriously though, I love the hair. I love the antlers especially. I love the way that you did the shape. And so far the outfit and the accessories are coming along really, really well. I like it. Also, I like that the character is like a deer tar. It's very cool. Yeah, super pretty. Very, very nice. Very good work. Centaurs are fucking hard. I gotta figure out how to draw so I can do my own book cover in the future. Yep, that's the hard part. If you end up not being able to do that, like, not to say, of course, that you can't develop the skills, but, if you do get to a point where you're like, I don't know, I feel like my work is not really that great, I would recommend just going with an artist, just because, like, you can find ones that'll do it for really, really cheap if you want, like, a book cover that's, like just photographs, especially depending on your genre. An illustrated cover is not necessarily the way to go. Using a photo cover is actually better for marketing. But, you know, if you ever have any questions about that, or what I personally would think is best for, like, marketability, let me know, and I can definitely answer those questions, because, you know, it's dumb out there. Peep the video games channel. Hold on, I'm looking. Oh my god. It is he, Dr. Peppy. I love this, though. I love this. So good. Also, this Roblox, this is great, though. I do like this avatar. This is really great. I love how it's just cat. It is just a void. No cat, only void. I just love how all of the, like, standard Roblox avatars have, like, the beefiest arms of all time. Like, they could slap somebody and it would send them directly into hell. They're like some horrible, like, I would say, combination of a Minecraft main character and also a Lego somehow. And then they became their own subspecies of weird block man. So only slightly horrifying. Yeah, but seriously though, Aqua, like if you can get really good at photo manipulation, especially if you're writing like adult thriller or adult mystery, those typically are like urban fantasy and romantic thriller. So since it's adult and it is thriller and contemporary and urban, I would recommend learning how to do photo manipulation over anything else. If you look up contemporary, this is the best way, just for anybody's reference. This is the best way to figure out what kind of book cover you should have. But you can Google fantasy romance thriller. And actually, I'm going to be really specific. Urban fantasy romance thriller. What you will find if you go to the images is what people expect out of your genre. So typically what I'm seeing is that they want an image of the main character, whether that be the main love interest. I'm assuming that this is the love interest. Most romances, for context, are written from the perspective of the woman. So keep that in mind. If you have it from the male's perspective, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just changes, you know, like how your book cover looks. But guaranteed, people are either going to want to see a hot man or a hot woman on the front of the cover. But you can see that a lot of these are, this one's really, unfortunately, low quality. So we don't want to look at that one. We only want to be looking at ones that have like really compelling covers. Like this one is great. So this is 3 different photographs. Or pardon me. No, it is 3. Yeah, you have 2 different buildings. And this woman is horrendously photo manipulated, but she's fine. And then the photograph of the woman. But if you understand how to composite these things together, this is called a photo bash. And match all the lighting and materials and things like that, and then add effects and all of that other stuff, and then you have really good graphic design, you're going to be set. This one's another fantastic cover. Really good one. Oh, this is AI generated, though. You can see her eyes crossed as all fuck. So don't do that. As much as tempting as it is, do not fucking do that, because that's going to result... This is a good... good thought, good composition, but bad execution because the AI fucking ruined it. But especially if your book is predominantly romance focused, like you can see that there's a trend here though. You can see that there's a common theme here. It's hot main character in the front, city behind, explosions and magic. That's going to be your main goal there. Or this one's a little bit of an older one. It looks like this would be like early 2000s. This is a Penguin Random House. So this is an actual publisher. Put this one out. So, hot lady, atmosphere, effects. Right? So if you can figure out how to do that, you're pretty much good to go. But you can figure out effectively what your overall like... I guess, like, vibe is for your novel. You can just Google what genre it is, and it'll tell you, like, okay, I need to, like, figure out either, 1, how to draw, or 2, how to, like, rhyme. Actually, no. You cannot use AI for your cover. That's actually 100% not cool. And the reason is that the U.S. Copyright Office has voted that using AI is theft. Yeah, do not use AI. Full stop. Yeah, you can either do a Photoshop subscription, Aqua, or there are alternatives to it. You can use... What is that? Oh, Krita. Krita is free. This would be my recommendation, actually. So you can literally, and I believe it's totally free. So you can go and download Krita, 100% free. It does have some photo editing capabilities. You could probably do everything that you needed to in Krita. This would be my other recommendation. This one is great because you do not need a subscription. It's completely free. This is called Affinity, and this is, so far, what I've seen to be the best rival to Photoshop since Photoshop came out. It is a one-time purchase, $70. And if you get it for iPad, it's literally less than $20. So I don't think that you need Affinity Designer or Photo, or sorry, Affinity Publisher or Designer is what I'm reading. Yeah, Affinity Photo, I would highly recommend this. You can see how it has a lot of the same features that I'm working with right now, where you have layers, photo filters, and adjustment layers, which is going to be your three biggest things that you're going to need to worry about. So if it was my pick, Krita or Affinity Photo would be my two go-tos. Yeah, no, Rhyme. If you produce a book cover and it has AI on it, it could be considered copyright infringement, and it could be really, really dangerous for you if you do publish that book and someone finds out. And then on top of that, too, so many readers within the writing community or reading community are so vehemently against AI book covers that many booktubers, book talkers, and reviewers, if they find out that you have an AI book cover, even if you only used a few elements, they will just immediately blacklist you as an author forever. Like, it becomes like, no, we're not interested in reading your books ever. But the U.S. Copyright Office did rule that using AI to generate images and to generate books is theft. You can use it for research, but you cannot use it for generating anything. Oh, hi, Fishy. How you doing? Because you can use AI in really cool ways, and I'm like, it's really interesting because, like, so again, for context, I'm an art professor, so this is where I'm coming from with this info, is that, you got to just be cautious with what you do and understand the laws before you do anything. That's going to be the biggest, like, part of everything that you do. So that being said, you just got to be really, really, really careful and make sure that you do not do anything that's going to jeopardize your career later on down the road. And so things that I would constitute as research is you can do things like asking ChatGPT, hey, ChatGPT, can you give me examples of popular books in this genre so I can do research on the book cover? And ChatGPT would go, yeah, sure, here's a list of book titles that I think fit that genre that you might like. And then you can go and Google them, make sure that they're real. And then that's a good way to use ChatGPT for research for what you're doing. Or if you need help formatting an outline or doing that kind of stuff, ChatGPT is great for that. But as soon as you're like, ChatGPT, write me a novel, or ChatGPT, I need a background, or ChatGPT, draw me these thumbnails, or ChatGPT, any of those things, particularly if you're using the keywords draw, generate, create, or write, you're probably in the wrong spot, I would say. Yeah, and I don't mean to be super, super, super crispy about it, Rhyme, but definitely making sure that people know that what they're doing is potentially very dangerous to their careers is mostly what I'm concerned about as as somebody who is very experienced in this field, because I think a lot of people unfortunately assume that they can get away with certain things, and it's probably not for the best. It's a better idea to just hire an artist, because you can get an artist to do a book cover for $150. If you wanted to do a photo cover, I charge $250, but that's because I place all of the text and do all of the graphic design as well. Some people will charge less, some people will charge more. It really just depends on who you can find and, all of those things. But especially Aqua, because you have experience doing photography, if I remember correctly, you're going to be fine. Yeah, see, in Aqua, in my opinion, and again, this is what the Supreme Court ruled as well. If you if you're doing a research paper and you're like, hey, I need some extra sources for this, can you point me in the right direction? As long as ChatGPT is not making sources up, totally fine. Because then you can go and read the sources yourself, continue to write your paper, and it's a faster way. It's effectively slightly better Google, and that's cool. That should be fine. That's fine. But yeah, asking it to especially create creative work has been ruled as copyright infringement. Which is why there's this guy, he's actually from my state. He's from Colorado. he tried to get this stupid fucking piece copyrighted like 6 times. This thing. This stupid piece, he's gone back to like the US Copyright Office. I'm not even shitting you, like 6 times, being like, no, you will give me a copyright for this thing, and they're like, no, like, stop coming back here. Don't do that. So yeah, effectively with the last, I think, hurrah. The last time he tried to do this was when that verdict was ruled. And then, of course, you have a bunch of other people who are currently suing, like, the generators, including, like, whether it's Midjourney or OpenAI or whatever, and that is resulting in them having to effectively pay attribution to writers and artists that they know that they stole from. So Studio Ghibli, I believe, is actually suing OpenAI right now because they stole it. You know, and so if you, whenever you generate an image via, like, ChatGPT or Midjourney or whatever you're using, unfortunately, that's taking from somebody else's artwork, you know, and that's why it's a problem. And if you, so say, for example, say I generated some stuff via ChatGPT and then used it as inspiration for stuff. So, like, say I generated it and then I went and I hand drew everything inspired by what ChatGPT generated. That's different. And I've seen artists having conversations about that, and I think, agree with people that that's probably within the realm of, like, okay. Because, again, that's no different than going to Google and being like, so, for example, let's say I go and I want to do, if I Google, actually, I'm going to Google if this is going to bring more AI up. If I do wolf persona, guaranteed there's going to be fucking AI in here because Google is cursed. This is AI. So, if I went into Crayola or Crayon.ai or whatever that one is called, or whatever other AI I want, and I generated this wolf persona, or anything that, like, else that is, like, relatively within the realm of AI. Let me see if we can find some other fucking freaky AI. Normally it's worse. So far we've been spared. This is AI. Or no. No, this is AI. Yeah, this one too. Yeah, that's AI. Let's see if we can find a third one, because then I can show you what the process should look like. I don't think that's AI, but I do think that that's stolen. Oh yeah, I find freaky AI for personas all the time. Oh, see, look, and here is that same image again, somewhere else. So not only is it AI, but it's also stolen. People are reproducing it and resharing it over and over and over. So that's really fucking unfortunate. Surprisingly, oh god, here's some... God. Holy shit, these look really bad. Okay, so let's say we wanted this kind of blue wolf, but maybe we want it in the style of, like, Bad Guys. I like this one. I love his character design from this film, so let's say that. So then we start pulling these up. We go, okay, well, I like the ears. I like the way that the shape is, but I like the orange eyes from this one. And then I like the body type from this thing, and then I like the style of this thing. And then you go into Photoshop and you draw it yourself. You know what I mean? That's what you do. So you're not going to directly trace this thing, because that's going to result in some weird fucked up anatomy and a style that's not necessarily very unique. And then you don't want to trace this either, because not only is this probably being reused and restolen, but then certain things like this one, the anatomy's all fucked up. Like, the eyes are all scary and, like, all of that other shit. AI and animals, it's not very good at. Like, it does not know. But yes, it's like references, exactly. And so that's where the research portion is, versus the actual, like, no, I'm just downloading this because I want to. and I don't know how to technically draw the thing, so I'm going to do that. Because it's always better to practice the skill, and if you don't have the skill, learn the skill. And it's okay to be bad at it. Like, that's the thing about art that's beautiful, is it's okay. Like, I'm not that good at backgrounds. That's okay. And if you need help figuring out how to actually do backgrounds, for example, just ask somebody who is. Like, I have now a bunch of tools in my toolkit to be able to be like, yeah, here's what I do for backgrounds and stuff, and I really like doing things like this, or like using these perspective grid tools for Photoshop, or like whatever it is, you know, you can go and ask. But it's always going to be better than going into a prompt generator and saying, generate me this thing, because not only are you going to face a bunch of errors, because guaranteed the perspective is going to be really, really bad, or there's going to be something fucking really fucked up about it, and you just don't know. But probably because the images are generated based off of stolen work, it's going to result in some really weird stuff as well. It's unfortunately going to be... Yeah, I would say never, ever, ever use AI. But that's my whole soapbox about it. Oh, my sibling is good at backgrounds, so I'll draw the characters and they do the backgrounds. And that's how an animation studio works. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, that. Nobody can be good at all things. You know what I mean? Like, you can be pretty decent at most things, but it's okay to not be good at literally every single thing with art. You know, like, that's okay. Nobody's gonna say that you're like a fake artist or that you can't draw if you're not good at literally every single thing. Like, that's totally fine. And if they do, they don't understand how art works. They don't understand at all what art is. Or the technical skill required to actually, like, get there. Yeah, and I recognize, I do apologize if I come off harsher than I mean to. You know, I tend to be very blunt about this particular issue because I think, unfortunately, so many people... I have students all the time as well, for example, who have this issue where they think that, like, I, for example, have had students, for example, generate something in ChatGPT, like an art piece. It's in the wrong aspect ratio for the assignment, does not follow the prompt, and then they paint over it, and then they turned it in. And they thought that they could get away with that. And then were surprised when I noticed that it was AI. You know, and it's like, please, you know, like, y'all, please. So people will notice. And, like, just like I noticed in that cover, you know, it was really easy for me to be like, at a distance, that one girl in that one book cover, I was like, man, this is really cool. But then as soon as you click on her and she's got like two eyes, her eyes, one eye is like this, looking straight at the camera, and then the other eye is like this. And she's like, hi, my name's Stephanie. And it's like, oh my God, are you good? Yeah, you know, like, girl, you okay? But you'll often notice weird things. Like, I can even show you right now. Okay, so I am just popping a prompt into ChatGPT to see what kind of monstrosity it generates me. I'm specifically doing backgrounds, actually, because I think that this is the more obvious one. For me, personally, anyway. Like, and I guess, I guess anybody can do whatever they want, with their own book covers, and that's like fine. So if somebody is okay with buying an AI cover, that's like totally up to them. But like, I don't know. But yeah, true. And you just constantly get better. You just got to keep practicing. Okay, so this is a perfect example. All right, so this is a Victorian house that ChatGPT just generated me. And on the surface, it looks okay. And ChatGPT is slowly getting better. But there are a lot of issues with this. Like here, perspective problems. What is this thing? Because this turret should wrap around the other side, and then this shouldn't be visible, but it's out. So that's wrong. This is wrong. This is missing the other side of the window. This is wrong. This is better down here. Its perspective is not as messed up down here. But you can notice it in the details too. Like this becomes an amorphous blob of weird shapes, and there's no defined like, okay, this is like a trapezoid and then like a circle and then like a bigger circle. It's just this, and this one doesn't match it. None of these match. This one looks like a melting Pokeball over here. Hold on. This one. So once you know your rules really, really well, the more you look at this, the worse it gets. This is messed up. This is messed up. This is all messed up. And these kinds of turrets in perspective are the hardest thing to draw, in my opinion, in terms of perspective and architecture. And clearly the AI was like, it shit the bed. It didn't know what to do. So from a distance, if you zoom way the hell out, you wouldn't know. But as soon as you start looking at it, it becomes problematic. And so that's really what people see, is it's like, oh, there's something wrong here and we don't know what it is, but like, I don't like it. And that can be really kind of off-putting to your client or like your readers. If you're doing like a book cover, that will instantly make them not buy the book, especially if they are a staunch like no AI person. And it sucks because like there are even like some people who I've known who have done book covers where they photo bash things together and then they put the photo bash in something like Leonardo.ai, which is free, to get the art style to look more uniform, but it gives it that buttery, like weird AI look to it that people will spot. And it will be obvious that you didn't pay for your cover. Oops, not that one. What are your thoughts on those AI checkers and stuff for writing? Because I know people I talked to have been accused of AI by people that just pop their work into the checkers. They're broken. I've actually had a huge issue with that at the school that I work for. They do not work. And the reason that they don't, they just did a study where they put a bunch of human people, for example. So if we're talking about human people detecting AI work, they did a study where they put a bunch of human people inside a room and they were given effectively a chat room that they could talk into. And they were told to chat with the person on the other line. They were not told whether or not the person was an AI. Effectively, what happened then is that they were asked to talk to the person for a little bit. And if they felt like the person was AI at the end of the test, they were asked, well, did you think that the person that you chatted with was an AI? Or did you think that they were a human? And then the person can say, oh, well, I thought that the person was a human or an AI. What they found was that in those chat rooms or during that study, this one was like definitely like probably very similar to that like human or not thing, I'm sure. But if you can imagine that this is in a scientific setting, right? So you do have actual humans and you had ChatGPT. What they found was that humans thought that other humans were AI 60% of the time. So more than half of the time, they thought that the human was the robot. ChatGPT, they thought was human 70% of the time. So people were more likely to think that ChatGPT was the human than the other human. And it's simply because of how ChatGPT talks. That's just the way that it is. So a human will never, ever, ever at this point be able to discern whether or not ChatGPT is ChatGPT. I can see it because I know what I'm looking for. I tend to like mess around in ChatGPT all the time because I want to be able to catch my students if they're doing some stupid shit. I don't really teach a lot of writing classes, and so it doesn't really bother me that much if they're using like ChatGPT to do discussion posts and shit, because frankly, I'm like, I don't know. The discussion posts to me feel like a waste of time, and they did feel like a waste of time when I was in school, so I'm not going to be super mad at them about it. But for like papers and essays and stuff, like if it's not creative, I'm going to be able to tell. But the problem with the like AI checkers, to like circle back around to that point, is that they also don't work. And so what my school in particular has been having an issue with is like, I use the program Grammarly all the time. I love Grammarly. It is my first line of defense against my own stupid grammar mistakes before I send off my work to a line editor. So that way they don't have to deal with my stupid ass missing commas and stuff like that. Because most of the time, Grammarly will catch it before it's, you know, I send it off, which is great. We love that. But Turnitin.com will flag anything that was put into Grammarly, corrected, and then exported via Grammarly as AI. Even if you only used it to check and change just like basic grammar errors, Turnitin.com will fail every single paper and will mark it as 100% plagiarism every single time. Why? I don't fucking know. Probably to save their own asses if I had to guess. But all in all, it makes it really difficult for students to check their own work, which is really shitty. I don't think that that should be the case. I think that that's really bad coding on Turnitin.com's part. So I think a lot of AI checkers, that's what they're looking for is, imagine, if you can imagine this, if you're saving a document out of like Word, for example, there is to some extent the document has a little signature in it that effectively lets other processors know where that document came from. And it says, hey, I was made in Microsoft Word. Grammarly does the same thing, where if you pop your paper in and then you poop something else out, it will say, oh, this was made in Grammarly. And that flag alone is enough to cause effectively the entirety of Turnitin to be like, oh, so this is all bad because it came out of Grammarly, which is broken and doesn't really work that way. And I think a lot of AI checkers right now work in that same fashion, where they're not really looking at like, okay, how much, like, was it just a spell check that was used, or was this whole thing created by generative AI, which are two different things. So what I do, top tip for that, and this is like, if, you know, obviously if you're not using the generative AI tools, don't do that. Just write your own papers. But if you are using Grammarly just as a spell checker, you can correct that, like get around that issue with Turnitin.com by effectively you have Grammarly open in one window in like the browser, and then you have your original Word document open in another, like Word doc itself or Google Doc, whichever you prefer to use. And then you edit in the Google Doc and then check it off in Grammarly. So you're not actually copying and pasting text from Grammarly at all. You're just working in that native document, and that's really, really important. And so that'll allow you to catch the Grammarly like mistakes without being at risk of any checkers being able to flag you in that way. I've found I haven't had any issue with that personally in any of the classes that I've taken. So it's really shitty. But yeah, it's pretty easy to spot ChatGPT when it's there. ChatGPT uses this thing called, like, what I call the ChatGPT dash. Uses M dashes all the fucking time. Also, everybody should stretch, by the way. Stretch that, buddy! Don't be crusty. I'm gonna try and finish these this page first. Yeah, totally. Well, and that's really kind of where we're getting into a problem is that, there are so many there are so many artists that are being accused or authors being accused of AI, um and they are not using AI. And then on the flip side, you have people literally like my favorite thing that's happened recently is that somebody wrote a novel and then openly bragged about using AI. So I'm going to be reading that novel chapter by chapter, and I'm starting a new series called, like Problematic. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how I want to go about doing this, but bragging about using AI is really shitty. Like, don't do that. But I'm very curious to see how bad it actually is. I'm sure it's not great. But then you have other authors who are saying, no, I didn't use AI. And then they literally forget to delete the ChatGPT prompt out of their book. So they literally copied and pasted it so fast that they didn't even delete the ChatGPT shit out of their book. So, for context, if you ask it to do something like generate you a chapter, normally it replies with something very cordial like, of course, Tycho, here's your generated chapter that I've created based on your request. They didn't delete that out of there. And so then everyone was like, bruh. Why did you keep that in there? It's like y'all had one job. Yeah, would you like anything else? Yes. Yeah, it's like that kind of shit. So people are getting caught doing that. And it's like, no, you guys, I forgot the tiger pattern in this panel too. It's like you guys had one job to not fucking do that. If you're gonna commit a crime, at least don't get caught. God. Wowee. So super awkward. Yeah, because there's definitely... Yeah, at least if you're doing that, at least be smart. Seriously. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes or something. Wowee. Nope, not sets. Signage. That's what I want. Where is this? Tiger skin. There we go. Yeah, because there's definitely a difference between taking shortcuts. What I would consider what I do a lot for this comic is I take as many shortcuts as possible because I am lazy. Very lazy. And I am a one-man team here working on an entire comic. I don't have a background artist. I don't have a layout artist. I don't have a... I'm doing literally everything on the project. And so I have to, unfortunately, just go for it. And so if I can work as quickly as humanly possible, then dope, I win. So a lot of those things, including, for example, using this wonderful royalty-free tiger image that I found off of the internet, has been insanely useful for getting through scenes where I need to just, throw this in really, really fast, But there's a difference between that and then... just getting effectively a machine to do everything for you, because that makes you lazy, and that's not what we want. We want you to be good, and you will get there. That's the thing. You will get there. It just takes time, and it's okay. It's okay to be bad in the meantime, Oh, did I? Oh, I haven't had like Wukong's eyeballs. I think it's actually this color though. Okay, is it this color? There we go. Here we go, better. I'm so sorry your Roblox is lagging like a crazy bitch. We gotta karate chop it. Is that how we win? Okay. I am so tired. Forget. Posture check. Don't be shrimping. Good call. I was leaning kind of weird. Oh, a self-care combo. Everybody stretch. Everybody drink whatever liquid you got left. I'm actually out of tea now. Good to know that it takes me about 2 hours, 2.5 hours to get through like an entire tea. I legit hope people don't think I'm being mean. I don't, man. That actually, it does make me worried a little bit. I hope that people don't think that I'm being mean. Because that's never my goal, is to be mean about somebody, like, somebody's process or somebody's art. But, like, we gotta draw, like, lines in the sand somewhere, I feel like. Especially if you're new, you know? Like, I recognize that it's really easy to make mistakes. Nice green tea sounds delicious. Especially because it's hotter than a snotter outside. Can't believe it's going to be like 102 on Saturday. I'm not very excited about that. I guess I'll be on a plane, so it won't matter. I love how the Gorillaz video that they chose for this particular song, they have a GIF for this video, and it's just Murdoch relentlessly pelvic thrusting. And that's funny to me. Just want y'all to just get down. No. I remember when Gorillaz was good. I'm having a flashback. Whoever is on this flute is like really just going hard in this song. Ayo! You're killing it. The fact that you're thinking about the college stuff this early is like a really good sign, though. You should be super proud of yourself for thinking like that far into the future. Because I feel like a lot of people, like I know as a freshman, I think I was starting to think about RemCAD, but I don't remember really being like, no, I need to like really start applying and stuff like that. But you should be super stoked. Yeah, nice, nice. This Avid program is super useful. That's awesome. That's so cool, though, that that's even an option. That's really neat. Do. Cursed. Oh, my eyeballs are so itchy. Who's cursed? My arm. Hella cursed. Straight up. So cursed. I am sad. Hand. That's rough. That shirt sounds like somebody, like one of those shirts that was like generated by one of those bad pun sites, and then like every single person who reads the pun is like, oh my god, I should make a shirt, and then sells it on like T Fury or something, and it's like, no guys, no, and then the shirt's everywhere all of a sudden. I forgot her face. Oh, how did this happen? I want to make Wukong's tiger jacket, an actual bomber. That's like my goal when I get back from Greece. It's gonna be my next art project, is to make this into an actual bomber. Because I wish to own it. I thought about making the Trippy Taco uniform a shirt as well, but I don't think I have a large enough fan base for people to care. I do think it would be funny, though. Yeah, I don't know what the print cost looks like for their, like, bomber, or like they call it sometimes like a varsity jacket. So I need to do some investigation. Because then that literally becomes a cosplay piece for me. I'd have to see. Let's find out. I can find out right now. Whoops, that is not correct though. I'm in the wrong place. It'd actually probably be, if I had to guess, around a $75 or an $80 jacket. If I had to guess. Yeah, no, it's like definitely like an all-over print, like print-on-demand digital print, so it would be kind of thinner for a jacket. It's like a lightweight jacket. So it's not nearly as heavy as like your typical bomber or like varsity jacket. It's like more like a sportswear jacket. So I think that helps with like the price a little bit. It's not as bad. Nice. Let me go look at the tea. It's tea time. Oh yeah, Itoen. Yep, that's the good shit. That's the good stuff. That's like, I think, the most popular green tea brand in Japan. I think it's the best one in my opinion. I love Itoen. Their like hot green tea packets are actually great too. Love them. So tasty. And I can't forget that I need, like, also to... Oh, I forgot. Let me go back down here. Okay, y'all. This is probably my ADHD or, like, ADHD brain working. But y'all don't think I'm mean, do you? Like, I recognize I can be kind of harsh about certain issues. And the last thing that I want is to come across as mean. And I know my brain is going to be like, bro, why would you do that? You are an awful person for the next, like, 8 hours. I'm fine. He was an English teacher in Osaka for 7 years. That's dope. See, so he knows. He knows that that's the best tea. Anybody who I've ever known that has been in Japan is like, Itoen is the only option. Thanks, Fishy. Okay, that helps. I feel so bad. Aqua's like, bruh, I'm the wrong person to ask. Yeah, I just feel like I can sometimes be very blunt, and I recognize that for some people that can be really difficult to deal with, so I do apologize. If I ever seem blunt, it's not because I'm trying to be mean. It's just because I'm trying to be real. Alright, let's see here. Okay, I'm glad that it comes across that I don't want to spread misinformation, because that's definitely my intent. Is that, like, yeah, definitely my goal is to not, to make sure people don't do dumb stuff. Because we don't want that. We don't want none of that. No dummy dumb stuff in here. Yeah, I prefer bluntness as well. I think if you can be clear, at least, like, I would rather somebody be concise with me than potentially, wait, how did this happen to me? Weird. Yeah, I'd rather somebody be blunt to me and honest than, like, potentially weirdly, I don't know. I guess vague would be the word that I would use. Vagity and me are not friends. Back over here, and then we got this. And we gotta go erase all the little doots. Get out of here, doots. I love that y'all are so nice and you hang out and stream with me, though. I do appreciate each and every one of you, though. Honestly. Cal, I feel like you're the only one in here who hasn't seen me at a convention, and shame on you. I joke. I'm like, I'm gonna need you to fly immediately to the United States. It's gonna be so fucking expensive. Oh yeah, I'm losing my mind here. You are not wrong. You are right. Correct. It's fun. To be fair, I have been barely holding it together all week. It's been very stressful, like unnecessarily so. All right, cool. Okay, so now I need to not forget. Oops, not on this layer. My bad. Almost done. I'm not going to the U.S. You're like, fuck that shit. Avoid it like a plague. The rage face. True, though. I would not invite you here. No fucking way. You'd have to fly directly into Colorado. Everywhere else is like a little nuke went off. Like, Washington State's probably fine. Oh, almost getting hit by lightning. That's a fun thing to have happen. I love almost getting hit by lightning. Whee! Wow. Don't you just? Truly, what a time. My dad almost got hit by lightning on Pulpit Rock one time. I don't know if you know where that is, but my dad did indeed almost get hit by lightning on Pulpit Rock. Twice, actually. Almost kind of intentionally. It was a time. Whoo! Like 100 feet away, my hair is standing up. You're like, wee! Woo! Nature was like, bro, hold my beer. You're like, no! But I don't wanna. This is horrendous. Everything about this is bad. I don't know if this is even gonna fit here. I think barely. Unless I want to. Oh! There we go. I love it when that works out. Intentionally, yes. My dad was a dummy dumb child. And see, if I get struck by lightning and survive, at least give me a cool design on my bicep or something. Yeah, you gotta have like a cool battle scar. Be like, I was kissed by the gods. And not in a fun way. Most people actually do survive getting struck by lightning, though. Which is kind of crazy to think about. Don't tell me what to do. Wah, wah, wah. I feel like I bring that up every time I see this. Anytime anybody says, don't tell me what to do, I think about that specific line from Bee and Puppy Cat and literally nothing else. Let me see here. I like this one. I like this one. Almost there. Yep, Lichtenberg figures are in fact very cool. That's true though. They do look very cool. No, I might do that. There's an opportunity for me to sell my work at a gallery event at a gala for the Colorado Springs Orchestra. And I might try to do that if I can. almost there. For once, Wukong is wise. Okay, that's fine. That'll work. All right, so there's that. So now let's open this. Almost done. Whee! 3 hours and the panel's basically finished. Yeah, but 3-hour page is, you know, it's longer, but not the worst. Could be worse. I'm gonna probably just draw a line if I want to do that. Or alternatively, I know what I need to do. I gotta do a bunch of funky stuff to this panel. These bubbles, I should say. Why would you do this to me? Okay, so let's do this. God, the print quality on these comics is so low when you're like at this scale. Like, holy moly. God, it's so small. I need new shoes. Oh, you gotta get yourself some new shoes. Gotta get them. Where's that song? Hold on. Here, I'll play you a song. A song explicitly designed. I think it's this song. Nope, it's not this song. Hold on. Wait a second. I'm gonna find it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I Can't Wait is what it's called by the band New Shoes. Yeah, here you go. This is New Shoes. Now we can talk about your new shoes while listening to New Shoes. I don't know if you've ever heard this song, but I need to go through my whole wardrobe. Same, though. I probably should throw some stuff away. This is an 80s classic, truly. This is like horrendously popular. This stupid synth line is so catchy. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of New Shoes, but I do recognize that this song was hella popular. Hello? New Shoes. It also has a hella funky bass line, though. I understand why people were like, this is kind of great, though. It's got that saxophone. I don't know. Do we know? Maybe not. I feel like this is one of those songs where if I was around at this time, I would have really fucking hated it because it's simultaneously a really great earworm, but then also it's the worst. It's like, it's very catchy, but I get so fucking sick of it so fast. I'd be like, never play this for me ever again, please. Okay, we did it. All right, so this was my last stream before I go to Greece. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I got a bunch of grading to do. So I'm going to go. I will definitely be sending lots of pictures into the Discord via the Greece Times. So be sure to check that out when we do get there. I want to share all the food and all the fun stuff. So wish me luck. Send all the good vibes that my arm decides to stop being stupid by the time that we go. I think it will, to be honest. Like, it seems significantly less bad than it was even yesterday, actually. So I'm very, very excited. But I will be back the 8th of July, but I won't be streaming again until the 10th or maybe the 9th. I might take up like at least one day to be like, no, I'm not doing anything. But I'll be back. And hopefully everyone will be doing good. I'll see you in July. And have a good rest of your month. And yeah, see you later. Bye-bye.